Hey guys, today we're gonna be watching. Today we're gonna be watching Houston High Speed Chase, September 14th, 2010, and we're gonna watch it now. Okay, let's watch it. Okay, now they're following up breaking news. He's on I-10 eastbound toward the Beaumont area, eastbound I-10. Yeah, eastbound I-10 towards the Beaumont area. That is a 2002 Ford Escort CX2. He's going at a high rate of speed, and chase started around 5-10 minutes ago, and he is obviously on the run.
Breaking news happening, a police chase going on right now. We understand that this is I-10. I don't know whether or not Andy Bass is in here. Andy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Okay, then help fill us in on what we're looking at, where this is going down.
Okay, right now we're I-10 eastbound. We just passed the belt, as far as I can tell as I look out the window. Don't have a lot of information on this guy.
Both ways so far.
We do know he was on a traffic stop just a little bit east of downtown over by the Rico right exit. And I believe he might have jacked the car, this car that you see on the screen. We're not sure about that information. And now he's on a high-speed chase eastbound I-10 just outside the belt.
High-speed chase eastbound I-10 just outside of the belt, towards Beaumont area.
Coming so close to some of these vehicles there. That is amazing. And no doubt that is headed toward, I guess, the Beaumont area. Is he on the east side then?
Yeah, that is correct. And my pilot just told me we're doing 115 miles an hour. Barely keeping up with us.
He's doing 115 miles an hour.
But I guess it is.
We're fortunate that it's outside the loop there and outside the beltway that this is going on, because it still is a heavy traffic time for many motorists who are still heading home from work right now. It doesn't look as though the traffic is super bad there. There he comes up pretty close to a truck there in that scene, but it certainly would be a lot more congested if he were in the city proper.
Early morning. Who's out of the loop? So far east side here, and eastbound I-10 is running for the past 10-15 minutes or so, and the driver was driving erratically at least 5 to 10 minutes. They picked up the chase on eastbound I-10 freeway about 5 to 10 minutes ago, and doing 115 miles an hour.
115 miles an hour right now.
Yeah, 115 miles an hour.
Well, I know we often in situations like this when there are police pursuits don't know exactly what prompted the pursuit.
You said they have some information regarding where when it could be as well as pursuit, or we can help understand what's going on. Okay, and then if that dude going at a high rate of speed, 115 miles an hour. So yeah, okay. Yeah, and going 115 miles an hour.
We just got some information in our
ear. The suspect might be involved in a murder.
Might be a murder suspect.
Might be a murder suspect.
Proved to give him a very strong incentive for trying to get away from police, and they believe this murder suspect may have carjacked, as you said, a vehicle to try and get away from the scene or from police.
And they're also saying that he is believed to be armed. So we're looking here, this is according to the information we have received, apparently an armed suspect who is possibly involved in some sort of murder, now on the run, and carjacked this vehicle. So in his mind, I guess, he has every reason to run, but police are hot on his tail, but he is cruising at speeds at over 100 miles an hour, at least if you judge it by what our chopper is flying at.
You know, Andy, can you tell us whether or not police have been able to at all get ahead of him? Obviously, he's moving very fast, but they certainly can call into departments that are further down I-10 eastward. Again, for people who are just tuning into us, this is happening outside the Beltway on I-10 east, headed toward Baytown. We have not been able to, from our picture that we're looking at there from Sky, see any police vehicles. So we need a sense from you as to whether or not police vehicles are close behind him or whether any are in front of him.
With that's the most amazing thing. I pulled out the shot just a little while ago to see if there was anyone behind him, and I can't see anyone behind him. And I just had Matt, the pilot, look above on I-10 eastbound, and he hasn't seen any flashing lights above there as well. So as of right now, no, there is no one trailing him or anyone above us.
Now, we just crossed several freeways there. Was that the Beltway? Was that the East Beltway?
That was the Beltway.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the Beltway.
All right, so now we're beyond the East Beltway and continuing to cruise eastbound there on 10. And, you know, now he's exiting, it appears. Yeah, he's exited the East Tex Freeway, not the East Tex, the eastbound I-10. And now he's on the frontage road, and wow, what a speed he is carrying on the frontage road.
Is there a police helicopter in the air near you?
They're trying to catch up to us right now, according to the pilot. The HPD helicopter is trying to catch up along with the ground units as well.
So right now we are the best, the one closest on him. If you said no officers are behind him or in front of him.
We are on the front lines of this. He did take off on the feeder road, and I just lost him behind the bridge.
Yeah, there's a stop sign
there. He might be taking a U-turn.
We're getting a U-turn.
Well, there he goes.
And we're getting off at the feeder road. He's headed westbound.
He's on the feeder at this point, and we'll see if he gets back on the I-10 freeway. But, you know, there was, we saw no officers in front there that usually lay the spikes, and when you're heading that speed, and it's always difficult, especially if there's so much traffic. But we'll see if he gets back on the freeway here.
He goes almost pushing that pickup truck out of his way as he approaches back onto the freeway again. We believe he's been traveling at very high speeds, and we hear that he is approaching Sheldon right now. I-10
there goes the on-ramp.
Westbound now, heading toward Beltway 8. Does he look as though he's slowed down a bit from when he was heading eastbound?
And he's on
Definitely had to slow down to take the U-turn to go back on the westbound side of I-10, but he's going to pick up speeds pretty quick. I just felt the power being kicked in Sky High, so he's going to get up there pretty quick, so we're going to try to get it on the side of him.
We have to wonder what he's doing because it's certainly heavier traffic or he heads west right now.
He's going to be hitting a lot of traffic once he gets inside the loop or inside even the Beltway. He'll be hitting a lot of traffic. You know, and you wonder as well why they continue to run, because the helicopter, the police chopper, which could not catch up to him, was using our chopper. Now he's going to be able to easily spot him. Now I believe, Andy, he's getting on the
Beltway. Is that the Beltway?
Right?
That is, yeah, northbound on the Beltway.
Yeah, he's going to be heading northbound on the Beltway. Okay.
And again, if you're just tuning into us, we believe from initial reports, again, this is a breaking news story, that this is a murder suspect who carjacked someone to get into the vehicle that he or she, I'm saying he, but we haven't confirmed that. It looks though from the picture we saw earlier that it's a male. But this person has carjacked someone and has now been fleeing from police for 10 minutes. And again, we say fleeing from police, but there hadn't heretofore been a police officer inside. What did you just say? I'm sorry, Brenda, our producers. Okay, Harris County now joining in on the pursuit of this suspect.
So to get you geographically located here, he is now headed northbound on the Beltway. So northbound on the Beltway, just north of I-10. And police officers, Harris County constables, deputies, in pursuit here, trying to catch up with this guy.
We still haven't seen any officers on the road.
We haven't seen anyone.
Do you?
You're right.
Yet?
But Andy, I assume they're behind him somewhere. Have you seen any?
HPD helicopter just showed up on scene. I know that my pilot's trying to drag him into the scene, and I believe they're behind him. It's very hard. I'm on the left side of the aircraft, and unfortunately, the northbound lanes of the east belt are on the southbound side. So
wow, it's going into feeder road. I mean,
really
the shoulder of the road, I should say, several times, and it looks bumpy when he does so. You can tell that he's moving awfully fast at a quick clip.
It's so frightening to see this type of speed right there on the freeway, because could you imagine if some vehicle just suddenly turned his direction? I mean, it would be awful. So
someone doesn't realize he's coming up on them so quickly, and they change lanes without being aware that he's run up on them so fast. Since he is traveling so fast, you still think that our helicopter is traveling at about 110 miles per hour to keep up with him?
Let me check with the pilot real quick. 105 miles an hour actually right now.
Wow.
Not sure what kind of car we're dealing with. It just looks like a small, sedan, some sort of Honda or Toyota sedan, running into a little traffic here.
Slow down a little bit
on the Beltway. Or is he exiting the Beltway?
No, it looks like he just changed there. And we do understand that HPD
That
is
the car we're
relying
dealing
on us
with
to provide
today.
their picture of this murder
2002
suspect,
Ford
murder and
Escort
carjacking
CX2,
suspect,
Texas
because they
license
just
plate
arrived
is
at the scene a few minutes ago. We've been tracking this for you now on the air about 10 minutes and some
the
time
the
before
Texas
we
license
took
plate
it
is
live.
475
You know, he's
E8.
going to run into some trouble here because this is still the Beltway, but the Beltway ends right about where it appeared as though he was exiting.
He's been
Because
waiting from
eventually you'll run
police
into some
now for
stoplights here on this
10 minutes.
northbound,
For 10 minutes.
Beltway as it swings
And
around
this
to
state's been
the
going
other
on for
side.
about 10 minutes or so. Going on for
Highway
about
90,
10 minutes
there's some
or so.
construction going on in this area,
For the past
so
10
the suspect may
10
have
minutes
to
or
slow
so.
down
Okay,
from the
and he's getting
very
onto
high
US 90
speeds
as
that
well.
he or she has been traveling at for the past 15 or 20 minutes or so.
And they've been
90 east now he's headed
traveling
on, so
for the
he
past
was from northbound
15
Beltway, now 90
he's
east,
been on the
headed
run,
back east, and you can
traveling
see
at a
the
high
police
rate of
chopper
speed.
above him there.
He's been on the run
We have
for the
not seen
past
any deputies,
15, 20 minutes or
we
so,
can only assume
and
they're
we've
there
seen him
somewhere. But what they do in these
driving
circumstances, they
erratically,
immediately call
not
ahead on the road
stopping.
he's at,
They can lay out the
and
spike
then
strip. Been going on for the past 15, 20 minutes now or so. Again, been going on for the past 20 minutes or so since the police started this case. As we give coordinates to the pursuit, our producer here, as well,
did a loop around,
started
went
off at
I-10
I-10,
westbound, then got on the Beltway, and
westbound,
then onto
eastbound,
90 east.
then onto
That
90
certainly
east,
illustrates why it'd be so difficult to get in front of a vehicle, because you don't know which way the driver may turn when he or she
you
is
may
appears now.
know that
May
he's
simply
turning
change
around,
directions on
he's
you
turning
or
left.
change
That's a male
frequency. There we
suspect
go.
as well.
He's looping back on 90 now. It
He's
looks
a
as though he may
pushy,
be
little
going
bit
westbound.
pushy
Is that
troublemaker.
westbound now on 90 or the
Westbound on 90.
No, it is westbound 90. You are correct on that.
Yeah, there he goes, getting back.
He's getting back onto westbound
He's trying to
90.
draw police into circles here and get them somewhat confused. But you know what? When you're in the air, you just can't confuse the police. They have the bird's eye view of what you're going to be doing, and they know exactly where you're at. So
he may have a false sense of security, for lack of a better word, because there really are not a lot of officers on the ground. We haven't seen that. Oftentimes we see that in a chase, but so far he's been able to at least elude ground pursuit. But like Art just said, it's once the helicopters get over you, they're not going to lose you.
You know, and to remind the viewers as well why police are pursuing this so aggressively as well. This man is considered armed and dangerous, under the words of police, because he is an armed suspect who is
now
accused
it looks
of,
as though he's slowing down.
Well, what's he going to do?
Turning around there.
He's slowing down, turning around.
This is 90 westbound.
This is
He just-
90
now
westbound.
this is very dangerous.
Yeah, now he's going the opposite direction.
Going
on the
opposite
feeder on 90
direction,
East.
wrong way.
There's now we see an officer at the scene, and I was thinking
They
that the fact
see
that he turned
the
around
officer at
might
the scene.
suggest that he's
Been going on for the
feeling like
past
they're
15
closing in
minutes
on
or
him
so,
on the
10,
ground.
15
So
minutes
he's
or
going to be
so.
going. It looks like he's alone in the car.
25 minutes
That's
went
a
off the
decent
past
shot. We can tell it's a male
20-25 minutes
by
or
that
so.
shot, and it doesn't look as though there's someone else in the vehicle. Again, Andy, help us out now. Exactly what road he's on now?
I'm trying to figure that out for you
Okay,
guys right now.
I understand. It's tough because he's twisting and turning now. He's
He's
squirming there
he's
on the ground
twisting and
because
turning,
we certainly
squirming there on
can
the
see
ground.
that he senses it's getting tighter for him. But there's not
Getting
traffic
tighter
here.
for
But this,
him.
of course,
There's
is
not
just a
traffic
two-lane
here.
roadway. So
This
he's
is,
not going
of
to be able to go
course,
as fast here.
two-lane
But
roadway.
he's also not meeting
Yeah,
resistance in
two-lane
terms of
roadway.
finding other
You know, and he must have turned around, and we couldn't
He must
actually
have
see
turned
it. But there
around
must
as
have
well,
been,
yeah.
police perhaps
Yeah, we saw the one, but I bet.
right. They were
Going
laying
on for the
there,
past
so
20,
that's why
30
he
minutes
had
or
to
so.
immediately turn
Yeah,
around, go
20,
the
25
opposite
minutes or
direction.
so.
Now
I
he's
think
back
that's
on the road and
yeah.
driving on the wrong side of the road.
Driving
still.
on the wrong side of the road.
Turning around when he did, right in front of an 18-wheeler.
He did turn around in front of the 18-wheeler. Sorry.
So we're not quite sure where he's driving now, but Andy, if you get an idea, just sort of butt in and let us know. And if our
It was on the
producers could let
northbound
us know.
side of the feeder road of the belt, and I just lost him because he went right underneath us. Hold on, I'll try to get him back.
Help us out, westbound on 90, we're
Westbound on
told.
90,
But help us out in terms of telling us what you see in terms of police now in pursuit of this vehicle. Because earlier when we talked to you, there weren't vehicles on the ground. We just saw one officer's car. There's one now. Are there a lot of vehicles out there now on the ground?
Yeah, I'm going to pull back just a little bit. You can see them all starting to come into the screen here. There's at least two, and there was at least three more behind him when I just panned back from there. I believe he's westbound on 090 right now.
Yeah, that's the
That's his
information.
current location is westbound 090.
Okay, westbound Old 90, headed really back into the city area. By the way, it's coming up on 7 o'clock. We're just minutes away. We're going to go ahead and stick with this high-speed chase until it ends, and then we will take you to regular programming immediately on its conclusion.
Again, this is a murder suspect and carjacking suspect, and they believe this car was taken from somebody at gunpoint for this murder suspect to flee. Officers have been following this vehicle for close to 30 minutes now. High speeds are...
And they've been...
Pilot has been having to fly at speeds as high as 110
They've been following this
miles an hour
vehicle for close to for the past 30 minutes or so.
Including HPD and Harris County
Including
officers.
HPD and Harris County officers, county precinct constable officers.
Closing in on the suspect, but there have been a lot
They're
of
right
twists
behind
and
him
turns.
as well, yeah.
Not a lot of close near misses, as you might expect at this hour, mostly because the suspect has certainly stayed out of the city of Houston itself.
Yeah, he's been now in a predominantly rural area here out there in the northwest side, but still headed westbound here on 90. Whoa, there he is.
Oh my God!
And slamming into that red pickup.
Not yet, Mom.
It looks as though the car is smoking, and I
Sorry, I'm not done yet. I'm just eating. So, oh my God, he just crashed into the truck.
On the run now. Here we
Big
go.
scary
And the police,
thing.
of course, are going to be chasing
That
him.
wild
There he is.
cage as well.
There are the officers. And now he's down on the ground. He's given up at this point because he just laid himself on the ground.
Because he fell. It looks as though he's giving up because he tripped and fell.
Yeah.
And,
okay, the gun to the head. I mean, you know, they're serious about this guy, of course. You can see him.
Well, again, he's believed to be armed and dangerous and a murder suspect and a carjacking suspect.
Right.
So if all of that information that we got earlier proves to be the information the officers have, you certainly understand why they're being very aggressive with this suspect who has been fleeing for about in excess of 30 minutes now at very high speeds on several freeways, Beltway, I-10 East, 90, for the last, as I said, about 30 minutes or so.
Well, a dangerous suspect indeed, in the words of police. And we understand from our producers that just as he jumped or fled the vehicle, we've been told that perhaps he may have thrown something.
I saw something black roll onto the ground. I did see that. I couldn't tell, because we were trying to watch him too. It looks like blood on his t-shirt. But yeah, I couldn't tell exactly what that was. And again, I'd be speculating to say, perhaps it was a weapon of some sort because they believe that he was armed. But it really could have been anything inside that car. It could have been a shoe that fell off.
Yeah, he appears to be fairly dormant at this point. I wonder if perhaps he knocked himself out when he fell on the ground.
We're going to show you again how this chase ended as he hits a car right.
Oh my God!
Truck. There it is. Now watch when
He just hit the car.
See what happens if he
Yeah, he just hit a car.
or perhaps throwing something. There it is.
Yeah.
Something fell. We're not quite sure what that is.
I still can't tell what it is.
He threw something. But
Again,
there it is.
he just threw something there. A secondary thing is thrown.
Right.
Yes.
He threw something there. Again, this
So two black objects.
armed suspect and dangerous.
And again,
there you have it.
that was just earlier, and this is how it looks right now. That is a live look there at John Ralston, where this police pursuit has just ended.
All right, that's it for us for now on this breaking news story of this high-speed chase.
Alright, everybody, thanks for watching. Check out this video pops up here. I'll see you guys in the next video later on tonight. Bye, guys.
I didn't know it at the time that he had been released from El Reno, the federal penitentiary.